cutest thing about it is its beady eyes.
And its adorable expression.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game Podcast. I'm Matt Carter.
I'm Kyle Oliver.
And we're recording Thursday, February 21st.
Oh, you remember the day.
I definitely remember the day.
I never remember the day. But I always get the urge to be like, I'm Justin Bell or something when there's someone not here. As you have noticed, there's someone not here.
There is someone not here, and that someone is Justin Bell.
Yeah, but if you're not...
He still exists. And he's he's been moving, so he's super tired.
And busy.
And busy, so he'd probably be like, hi guys.
You know how he monotones?
Yeah.
It'd be worse.
Yeah, so he decided to stay home. Which is cool.
We're chill, and we ended up doing it today because we must do it at all. Or you'd be unhappy, I'm sure.
We got to keep that that record going of getting to that 100th episode in a timely manner.
Yeah. I'd be unhappy if we don't do.
I'd be unhappy. But today we're going to be talking about the real
ban list. YCS Miami.
Mijami.
Yeah, and then that's about it.
Which people are still surprised. Even today, people are still surprised.
I don't get it.
There's the one.
I know. Stuff happened. People were surprised by things that I feel like we knew. Of course that works. Okay, moving on.
We have a very nice, diverse locals where people do things like this.
And we do things like this.
Yes.
More than just that deck. Lots of decks where just people are doing things.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then we're just used to it. We do that.
Yep. We're so cool.
It's one of us tapped. That's that's what happened. That's what it feels like. It's whatever. One of us tapped finally.
Great, yeah.
Great.
So, Yu-Gi-Oh! wise.
Man, we're so quick.
Yeah.
It's different with two. We haven't done this in
a might long time is how I would put it.
A might long time.
Yeah. What have I haven't really done anything differently yet. I haven't done anything for the last week. I'm probably going to start picking up some psychic stuff because I feel like psychics would be good against prophecies, and if that ever becomes a problem, then I'll be happy.
That reminds me of some other news, but continuing on with what you said, I'm glad
I reminded you. So I guess I started picking up psychic stuff. I picked up a Thought Ruler Archfiend, which I hadn't had in forever, and I just really wanted him. I haven't made any changes to my Chaos Dragon deck, but I did pick up a Magic Planner, so that will probably go in. I don't know if I'm going to put it in place of a Solar Recharge and go down to one Solar Recharge, so that it's always going to work.
We're both on the cutting edge of lean.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Why would you run one?
Because you don't.
No,
two is nice.
See, no, you're gonna take it out altogether. I can already tell. See, this is what happened to me. I was like, I'll keep in a Gemini Spark, right? It's Gemini Spark.
Of course.
No,
it's just not good enough. Once you go down to one, you're like, man, I'd rather have something else than this.
You draw and you're just I think I discarded it with Summoner Monk more than I played it. I was like, I guess I'll just get rid of it. I don't want it.
That's funny. Other things, once it goes down to one, then there are other things that it is competing with that could be.
That are really good things that you could be running one of.
Yeah. So Magic Planner is this fantasy where I continuously have continuous trap cards on my deck. Or on my field.
Yeah, you do.
And so I just want to see how often the situation is where I can just use them for Magic Planner. And I have drawn 2 Solar Recharges for lose a couple times, and it's just really painful every time. It's you have the one.
You gotta change it.
I do.
See, I just learned that. I had 3 alias in my hand too many times. Never gonna happen ever again. Never again.
Okay, that's good.
Because it can't happen.
They've been banished.
Obliterated.
Yeah.
I got tired of opening Neo's alias and no other heroes or things. And so I tried to make that happen. It's barely ever going to happen, but it can happen still.
That's good. You could potentially then play out of the bad hands, because nobody knows how bad that would be if you're playing them. They just see, he has an alias.
Oh, that's that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
He set one of those cards.
Yes.
And then it's like Call of the Haunted, and then...
Ooh, getting people with Call of the Haunted after you add Super Transformation to your hand, it's too hot.
It's too hot. There was a point, I was playing one of our, Christopher, that young kid at Locals.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a point, I summoned Hanzo because I was using my Harlech Beast deck. Because I don't think he was having fun when I played the Hero deck. So I played that one.
Which is weird because he's playing Exodia, right? No,
he was playing Agents.
Agents now? Oh.
Chaos Agents. It looked like the net deck version pretty much.
He was playing Dark Worlds before, right?
Yeah, but he traded that to Devin.
Oh, wow, okay.
I feel like they I'm not sure. I feel like their card pool is combined.
You think so?
Because they pretty much hang out. That's what it seems like almost. They're very friendly. Like he bought him food at McDonald's.
Okay.
So I don't know.
That's cool.
But so I feel like they just swap decks when they feel like it. But so I switched to that, and there was a point where I had 2 Hanzos into my hand, and I could have done it. I just didn't want to because I was like, there was no reason not to. But I could have just summoned it and set 2 other traps, and he would have destroyed one because he MST'd and he missed the Super Transformation. I was like, oh, he would have missed, and thought that one was it. It had to be Super Transformation now that he hit it.
Yeah.
And then so he doesn't do anything, and the Hanzo stays there. I was like, no, no, it was so good. It would have been great.
That's always the sad part when it works out the way that you wanted it to, and you're like, dang it.
Dang it.
It worked out exactly as I wanted it to, but I was afraid of success.
Yeah, it's like it would have happened exactly like that in my mind, but I chose not to do it because I didn't think it would happen like that.
The times where things go better than you planned. So what? Oh, what? There was one other thing. I played Fire Fist /
Against it?
I played against it, yeah. And he was also running
the Gladiator Beast one.
No, not that guy. That he was playing Phoenix, so I played Phoenix.
Okay.
And Phoenix was running Fire Fists with the Fire Kings.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a cool build. I forgot that came out.
Yeah. So
this might be I usually buy 3, but I probably not. It's just really boring, honestly.
The only thing that I want is the
spell.
Onslaught. Yeah, the spell.
I want the spell.
Of Fire Kings,
because I can do really funny things with that.
Yeah.
That don't involve that deck at all. But I'm not gonna buy 3 just for I think it's a common even.
No, it's a super.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah,
that's better.
I'll probably get some of those. So I was playing him first game. I was like, I think I've dueled him for a very long time. So I was like, good player, this will be interesting. I have to try if I want to win. And I'm facing a new deck that I've never played before, so this will be really awkward. And so he does a bunch of Fire Fist stuff, and then he beats me, and I'm like, oh, this is good. He has no back row defense, so I'm just going to go all in. And it worked game 2 and game 3, so I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
So it'll be curious when I start facing other Fire Fist decks to see.
Well, Fire Fist Fire Kings is totally different than Fire Fist.
Oh, that's true.
I do know that from looking at deck lists, the Fire King one doesn't run anything, so it's vulnerable to just attack for game really quick. Because I don't think it even has room for Trag, Gores kind of stuff. If they want to run it right. Well, and plus those kind of just get destroyed. So stop you from gaming me with Trag, revive Garunix, and destroy it.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of just redundant.
Okay.
Not redundant, just silly. So it has no defense.
Yeah, the only thing he was running was Lance, which I expected.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was cool. The deck, that particular deck, didn't make me frustrated with the things that they were doing. Other people seem to be frustrated.
I remember I don't know. I just saw people online all day, all the time, right before it came out, going this card is so broken. This deck is broken. I'm pretty sure we're never gonna see that deck.
Fire Kings or Fire?
The Fire Kings, really. Fire Kings isn't really gonna be. It doesn't seem like it's that great. I mean, it's nice, but it's not blowing up my monsters. It's not I'm prepared for that every turn anyway.
Yeah, it's almost. It's almost Dark Worlds, but not really.
Yeah, you can stop all of it.
Yeah, it's a lot more laborious. It seems like.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, I got my spell. Now I get to play it, and it's gone. And I guess I have a Fire King monster.
You have a big guy. And it doesn't have evasive effects I'm going to activate this in the graveyard where you can't do anything about it. Ugh, I hate that.
So that was me. I don't think there's anything else. I still have those decks that I plan to do something with. Agents, Dark Worlds, and Hazy Flame. And that's it. Hidden Arsenal comes out eventually.
Huh. I need that.
Hidden Arsenal. You want... Oh, the Hidden Arsenal?
Yeah. When does that come out? Confirm Left Jacket Pocket.
Yep, let's confirm
April 19th. So long.
That is really, really far away.
April, that's a month and 2 weeks-ish. No, it's like 2 months. Let's just pretend it's 2 months, yeah. But Chain, I want it in my deck. I'm ready for it. But for me, so I got my hero deck. I rigged it with the new ban list, which we'll talk about, because it was like obliterated. But it essentially stayed the same. It looks the same. It doesn't seem like it changed, but it changed a whole bunch. So, like, well, I'm sure y'all know. Sangan was banned. My deck was built on Sangan.
It was. It was really weird to think about that. Like, Sangan, your deck was built around it, and now it's just gone. So it's like you have, like, nothing else to be doing unless you...
Yeah, well, it's like, a lot of my choices were, I put this in because I could search it with Sangan in this situation. Like, Monk wasn't in there. Was in there because of Sangan, but I'm keeping it in because it's good. I got experienced enough with it to know exactly what to do with it. That's how a lot of the deck pans out. Honest is like the dumbest one. It's like I can't Honest with like any of my monsters anymore. I think I have 4 light monsters in my deck other than Honest. Oh, Thrasher, 5. Thrasher, 2 Prismas, Alias, and BLS, which is like nothing for Honest. But it made sense because with Sangan, I could always add it to my hand. So I just have it whenever this random defense that I needed that would just loom over the opponent. They'd be like MST when I have my Prisma, and they're like, I'm like, oh, okay, I had Honest in my hand. And they're like, oh, like my turn is over-ish. But, so Sangan got banned. Call the Haunted was based on that. Prisma was based on that. I was running 1 or 2 Call before I did the Sangan thing because it works with Stratos. But it's vulnerable to MST without the Sangan. But I kept it at 3 because it was really good. Because I learned how to deal with it, pretty much. It's all because I played the deck enough with the Sangan that I knew how to use everything without Sangan. Because I don't always open Prisma. Now I do. Because I changed it. Because like I said, I never wanted to open Alias and just Alias. Because it's a useless monster. That's what I realized about heroes. You run the heroes to run another card. You never run heroes to run the heroes.
You run heroes to run Miracle Fusion.
You run heroes to run Miracle Fusion. You run this to run Gemini Spark. You run, but I'm running heroes to run Chaos Sorcerer and BLS. And so I draw Alias, and I'm like, this card does nothing. It literally does nothing.
That's a good way to look at it. You're running heroes that you can run BLS and Chaos Sorcerer.
Yeah, you run. So whenever you run heroes in anything, you're running them to run a specific other card, and that should be the most important thing. That's what I realized. Now that I was forced to, like, Sangan is gone, the consistency goes lower. So now I want to open Prisma a lot more. I've thought about going to 3 Prisma with no Alias, but I run out of just dumping with Prisma, so when I want to add one, I might as well add a stronger one. So I have the 1 Alias. Strong Alias. Trag. I said that last time. Trag is even better. I learned how to play Trag a lot better in my deck, because I get... in the situation where I don't want to advance now as much into spells and traps because I don't have Gemini Spark to so I don't have that confidence anymore. I used to just summon Alias and then I could do that still, just summon it and pretend. But I if I play Joe, he knows I don't run it. And if I play you, I don't run it. So it's just I can't just be like, haha, Alias. You don't want a bottomless because it'll be bad.
Yeah.
And that never happens. So I summon Trag. It's impossible to stop Trag almost at all now from coming out. He comes out, can't Torrential, can't Bottomless, only 1 warning. So it's not going to stop. And I get him there, and I just sit there. If you summon a level 4 monster, it's mine. If you summon a level 3 monster, it's mine. That's what I do. And I beat you down with your monsters, because you don't either waste stuff on your own monsters, or don't use it, I get damage in. And then I eventually exceed with them. That's what I realized against Joe, which is really annoying, because... I have lots of disadvantages against his gadget deck. But if I just summon Trag and just take his monsters, I can't leave him with gadgets because every turn I have to take a gadget off the field, right? So I would just summon Trag and just take his monsters. And it would be like, so essentially one turn of Trag, I'd get one of them. And if it was like green gadget, that was really good because he couldn't kill it next turn without investing too many cards. And then being vulnerable to the Trag because it would still have 3,000. So I could take it, you probably won't do anything about it, summon another gadget, and then like, wait. That's usually what would happen. And then I could be like, oh, revive Stratos, add another hero to my hand, discard it, take the gadget. Shockmaster, and I'm like, now I can win. Like, now I win no matter what.
Wow. That's funny.
It's really like a slow build up to Shockmaster. That's what I realized that Trag does. If I leave him there and I take one monster, if they don't do anything about that monster next turn, I'm going to summon a Shockmaster, Miracle Fusion, or BLS beside that and win.
That's pretty awesome.
Which is really good. I was like, yes, this is what I want.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and I obviously had to replace Sangan with something to make Prisma work, so I have Spirit Reaper.
Spirit Reaper with Reaper of the Nightmare in the side?
Oh, yeah. Reaper of the Nightmare.
The extra.
Yeah, I love it.
You were forced to go there.
I was forced to go there. I'm sure I could have I could have ran, like, Skull Serpent.
Okay.
But I wasn't going to do that.
Okay.
I'm sure there's some other dark monster to send.
You have to look at all of the fusions.
Yeah. Well, I did think about a deck. It was because of a card. What was it? That comes out in that tin. I'll take this moment to tell you about this card that comes out in that tin that we're getting on March 8th. It's the Zexal Collection tin, 2013. The one with Volcasaurus. It comes with, so remember how like a long time ago we talked about the like Duelist Pack Kaito or whatever that came on Japan. All of that is just in the tin.
Oh, really?
So it doesn't matter. All the Photon and Galaxy cards are in the tin. One of them is a really weird card called Feelings Towards the Future. It's a normal spell. Target 3 monsters with different levels in your graveyard. Special summon those targets. Their attacks become 0. Their effects are negated. During the end phase, if you do not Xyz summon this turn, you lose 4,000 life points. And then you cannot special summon other monsters this turn except Xyz summons. And why this mattered was because with the Prisma idea, I had the idea to run Necroshade and Neos. Right?
You madman.
But the point was, like, so that just immediately puts levels in there. And then when I was thinking about it, I didn't read it all the way, and I went to work, and then I made all these amazing ideas, and then they didn't work. I thought, like, the monster's effects weren't negated, so I could be like, oh, some Stratos get a level 4, and make a rank 4 at the worst. But still, it's pretty easy. You can still activate Prisma's effect, which is cute, I guess. Send more stuff to the graveyard. But I wanted to run Heat. I just thought this would work in that deck. You bring out a bunch of, like, garbage in defense. And but Hero Blast with Neos is really hilarious. And I was trying to think of a way to get it out of my hand once I Hero Blast it. Because you're like, Prisma, send that. Set Hero Blast. And I can't do anything. They're like, oh, Abyss Megalo. And I'm like, Hero Blast. Destroy. Like, you can touch everything with that.
That's pretty cool.
And then I was like, what do I do with it? But I was like, oh, I can send Necroshade with Prisma and normal summon Neos.
Oh, hey.
Right?
Oh, my God.
Why not? And it fulfills the light and the dark.
Ooh.
And so it's like, essentially, I would just switch. There would be no Neos Alias at that point. There's no reason. I don't need that extra card to add man. I could add Neos to my hand.
Alright. This is a very, very interesting card.
Oh, that one? I thought that was a very interesting card, too. But, oh yeah, so I'm running Reaper. I put in 1 Mizuki. I'm testing 1 Book of Life. I don't think I like it. Probably going to put in a Foolish Burial and a Zephyros. And those will be way better once Lawful Chain comes out. But I also really wanted to run Scraps for a reason that's totally retarded. I don't want to run Scrap Beast at all.
Okay.
It came up when I was doing my article, and I realized that this would be really fun. So, Scrap Shark can be revived with Xyz Remora.
Because it's a fish?
Because it's a fish.
Right.
And so Xyz Remora, there was my article about Xyz Remora this week. And it ended up being like super duper long. I was surprised. I thought I'd had no ideas, and I had like a bajillion ideas. Because, I don't know, I said that before. I like give myself something, and then it like forces itself upon me. Because I like, okay, I'm going to figure this out. So I did that. Like the same thing I did with the wind. I was like, I don't know how to do wind monsters. So I was like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. And then I did. But so Scrap Shark, when an effect is activated, it destroys itself, and then you send a scrap monster from your deck to the graveyard. And I looked through all the level 4 fish. There's like no level 4 fish that you can revive with Remora. And that was one of them. I was like, he just sends other fish to the graveyard, so he sends another of himself. So you just immediately get the fish you need. And then I realized if you bring them back, you get 2 scraps on the field, which promotes like all these scrap cards that nobody likes, right? Okay. So there's like Scrap Orthros, which you special summon from your hand to destroy, and then destroy a scrap monster, which you will destroy one of the sharks after that, and then you can synchro with like Remora and Orthros for Scrap Dragon, and then pop the shark and send another one to the graveyard. If you wanted.
Orthros a tuner?
It's a level 4 tuner, 1700 attack.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know Orthros was a tuner.
It is. And then the other one, I can do like infinite rank 1s. It's so dumb. What I have to do is get... So assuming like, so I get summon a shark, and then I have another shark in the grave, and then I have to get a Scrap Mind Reader in the grave, which is a level 1 tuner. You can destroy a scrap monster you control to special summon it, and if you synchro or when it's removed from the field, it's banished. And but you can only be used with other scrap monsters for a synchro. So if I ever bring out Remora, bring out 2 sharks, you destroy the first shark with the Scrap Mind Reader special summon, send another reader to the graveyard, destroy the other shark, send them another Mind Reader to the graveyard. Who cares what you send at that point? And you can just make a rank 1. And then if you ever get a Remora again, you can just go Remora 2, pop. Rank 1.
Interesting.
And at that point, you can even, if you have another Remora in your hand, you can go Remora, detach from that rank 1, bring out the sharks again, pop for those, another rank 1. And just, you can do it as long as you have another Remora in your hand. And then I could go like, oh, I got the 2 extra Remoras, Xyz for I don't care what. Something that detaches them both, play salvage, more.
Craziness.
Like, it just keeps going. I was like, wow, this would work. And then I saw right there Scrap Lube, which was one of the interesting cards. I was like, what? It's a continuous spell, bring back a scrap monster, but its effect is negated. I was like, oh, just bring back Shark. It's got 2100 attack. And then if it's destroyed, it destroys the monster, which will activate its effect to send a card to the graveyard. I just thought it was like a really silly, bad deck list idea that I wanted to try.
Cool. That actually sounds really awesome. And that was all part of your article?
That was one of the sections.
Okay.
I did a section about each fish monster that mattered. And there's 4. And then one was Scrap Shark.
Okay.
One was normal monsters, which is essentially only 7 colored fish. Then there was Wind Up Shark, which I incepted upon Justin. He's going to do it. There's so many bad OTKs with Remora in that deck. Like I told you the one, right?
Yeah, you told me.
Oh, the Leo Arms OTK.
I will have to read the rest of that article then. That sounds pretty awesome.
What else? Oh, and there's a level 4 fish fusion that's only out in Japan. I was like, wow, instant fusion is amazing with that now. You just run instant fusion, and it brings out the level 4 fishes you need for Remora. You like don't even have to draw the fish or run them. You just take them. Take what you need. And then mermails are like the best fish archetype. You just run the fish ones. And you fish.
Okay. Gosh.
I learned about Scrap Shark when writing the article, because I knew the other ones. I was like, okay, those are fish. And then I didn't even think, why would I think about Scrap Shark? Because I looked them up, and I was like, Scrap Shark. Oh, what's this? Well, that's always interesting. So I wanted to do that. I also remembered a really old idea when I read something from the news. And I'll use that as a thing to go onto a break and get to the news.
Alrighty.
Here we are. But the news was, well, first piece of news, they're revealing stuff for Judgment of the Light.
Ooh.
So we've got some synchro monsters revealed. And one of them was a level 3 synchro. Finally, I guess. A level 3 synchro for everybody. It's like too late for that almost, too. But I remembered it because I had a bunch of ideas with I think it's Turbo Cannon.
Yeah.
I'm going to write an article about Turbo Cannon. I have this really... It's probably the most retarded thing ever. Amadeus.
They made a monster. Good for them.
But, no, there's this really retarded thing I figured out. It's like a 3-card combo where you draw 3 cards and wipe your opponent's entire board.
Activate 3 cards. Wipe your opponent's entire board.
And draw 3 cards.
Wow.
And potentially gain more advantage depending on the rest of your field. You could possibly draw 5 cards if you have a Cyber Valley banished.
Fascinating.
Yeah. And you'll be getting that in maybe like 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
But the level 3 Synchro. You could summon this if you didn't want to destroy everything, but man, there was a lot of interesting stuff that was revealed so far. But we got, I think, 5 Synchros were revealed, and the reason I remembered that, this is the news I forgot, was because there's a Psychic Synchro that I really liked.
That's good.
And I'll start with him. They made a good 6 again, I guess, for everybody, called Psycho Conductor Behemoth. And it's level 6 Psychic, 2400 attack, 1800 defense, any tuner, any non-tuner. Then after damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can banish that monster in this card. So it's pretty much the biggest DD Warrior Lady you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
At first I was like, that sucks. Why would you summon this and crash into things to kill him? But then I realized you don't summon it for that. You summon, attack, and now they can't attack over it, essentially, without killing their own monster.
Mm.
So he's semi-immune to battle, and he can answer pretty much anything with a level 6 Synchro, which is nice.
Yeah.
And he's Psychic.
Which is good.
Because when you banish Psychic monsters are kind of not... it's like meaningless to banish them, because you can have them back if you want.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? Got Mistbird Colossus. Colossalus?
Colossalus.
I thought it was funny because it's the... what is that? Not Gen X. It's okay, I'll go to the trivia. I know it's there. Because I remember I really liked this normal monster for no apparent reason.
Oh, that one.
Ally of Justice Colossalus. For some reason they made the real version of it.
Yes.
And it's like a lower level.
It's like a level 5 or
It's a level 6 normal machine that's dark. It's got 2300 attack, 1200 defense.
A mighty monster in Mist Valley. And the ultimate weapon designed from Clam Soles. It's surprise. Go ahead.
It's surprise attack from above. Baffles invaders.
Sure.
And I guess it has the attack of Colossalus is the defense of the Mist Bird. It's like they took it and turned it into a machine to haunt the Mist Valley people. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's a level 3 Synchro, any tuner, any non-tuner, so it's for everybody. 0 attack, 2300 defense, wind. Once per turn, target a face-up monster your opponent controls. Until the end of this turn, that monster's attack becomes 0 and its effects are negated.
That's ironic.
Why?
Because it's similar to Black Rose Dragon.
This?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Black Rose Dragon makes a monster's attack 0, and this can be
one.
summoned by Debris Dragon to make Black Rose.
Oh, you can just bring... Oh, that's funny. You can bring this back. Oh, that's so good. I didn't think about bringing it back.
Yep. 0 attack.
That's nice. What I did think about was you go like Junk Synchron, bring back level 1 tuner, Junk Doppel, Synchro for this, poop on their monster. Then you can just Xyz for 3. I like that.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that it's a low level Synchro, which means you can Xyz with it.
Mm-hmm.
Which 3 is the best level for Xyzing, so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wind, so you can put it back in your extra deck with
Gustos.
Goldos. Oh, and this one's kind of irrelevant. But the archetype that they're giving Synchros to is the Mecha Phantom Beast archetype. They decided when they go into space, they can Synchro the planes, I guess.
Okay.
But Mecha Phantom Beast Konkuo Ruda. It's any tuner, any non-tuner. It's level 7 machine, 2400 attack, 1200 defense. That's not very good stats. And then tokens you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And if this card in the field is destroyed by your opponent's card by battle or effect, send to the graveyard. Tribute all tokens to target a level 4 or lower Mecha Phantom Beast monster in your graveyard and special summon it.
The Mecha Phantom Beast monsters must just make the planes make these machine
tokens?
synchros. No, they must make the machine synchros really easily.
They must make this like it's nothing. That's what I assume.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you get one of them back, and if it lives, you get this guy again.
Well, they just spam tokens, so that this is really good for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's one in the pack that when it's special summon, it does something just like horrific. I was like, good thing it's not that easy to special summon these. That might be this one. They have a really interesting tuner monster that I liked. Oh yeah, when this card is special summoned, if you control another Mecha Phantom Beast monster, special summon 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. Which is really good. If they ever have tokens in the field, they're like winning. And then once per turn, you contribute 2 tokens to target a card your opponent controls and banish it.
Uh-oh.
And then, well, they all have the effect. If this card's level is increased by the combined levels of all Mecha Phantom Beast tokens you control.
Interesting.
And they cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects if you control a token. They all have that too.
That's really good.
They're really scary.
This thing's attack is 18. The previous one's attack
was 16.
Yeah. So this thing is Mecha Phantom Beast Harryard.
Darg. Then once per turn, when another card effect is activated that tributes a monster you control, you special summon a token, and then he gets the level and he can't be destroyed or whatever. And then you contribute a token, special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast from your hand.
Okay.
This is the one I thought was cool.
Is this a tuner?
This is the tuner, but you don't get to use it in your other decks, which is annoying. But you can use it in other decks because it's got a really good effect. But it cannot be used for a synchro material except for a machine, synchro, and the other synchro materials must be Mecha Phantom Beast. So stop thinking about doing anything with it, I guess. And then it can synchro with the monsters in your hand.
Oh, okay.
Only if they're Mecha Phantom Beasts, I think. Well, they have to be because it can only be. But no, I like this one. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can banish it in your graveyard to summon a Mecha Phantom Beast token. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
You could mill it to summon a token. Milling things. I like things that can get milled.
Do you?
I do. The more there is, the better my luck can be. Okay, then there's 2 more synchros. And I like this card. Supreme Key Beetle, Master Key Beetle.
Redundant names.
Yeah.
This guy, pretty good.
Level 4 synchro. See, they're low level. That's nice. Balmung, Fighter of the Demon World. Level 4 synchro, Warrior Dark. 2100 attack, 800 defense. Generic material. Or whatever. Are they material?
A tuner and non-tuner.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're material, yeah.
When it's destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, target a level 4 lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it.
You can target one other level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. So if you have 2 of these, if one is in your graveyard already, you can bring this one back.
But it's not by battle, though, which is kind of sad. I'm sure this will mean something. There's no way a card like this won't mean something. You can destroy it with your card effect, too.
True.
Oh, that's good. And then
Amadeus.
No, it's like Armades. Amadeus, Keeper of Illusions, like Adrius and Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis and Armageddon. But he's the Keeper of Illusions. He's a level 5 synchro. Never would have guessed. Fiend Light. So he's like
the winning.
The in-betweensies. 2300 attack, 1500 defense. They didn't give him 26, man. That would have been ridiculous, I'm sure. 2300 attack, 1500 defense, generic again. If this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent can activate card effects until the end of the damage step. That's so good.
That's really good.
Oh, you like attack? Oh, you can't Gores. Sorry. It always works. They can't Honest. They can't Deepers, and he's like unkillable. This is the level 5 of choice.
And he's light.
And he's light. Oh,
that's good. I mean, that makes Junk Synchron better.
Yeah. Oh, dark into a light. That's worth it. Is that all of the synchros? It was. And then there's that one Xyz they revealed, and a couple of random cards that are really boring.
Okay.
But I'll read the Xyz just because I think it's cool. It's a rank 4 insect that's dark.
First.
Yeah. 2500 attack, 800 defense. He requires 2 level 4 dark monsters. Once per turn, detach an Xyz material from this card, target another card you control. While this card is faced on the field, the target cannot be destroyed by card effects. if this card would be destroyed, you can send one of the targets to the graveyard instead. So they have like a dual protection.
Interesting.
It protects your cards, but you can use those cards to protect itself.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I was thinking like Blackwings, you could protect like Whirlwind, like generic stuff like that is kind of nice.
Could protect Ozla P-Scoop from destroying itself.
Ozla Poop Scoop, yep.
And it's an insect! They finally made an insected Xyz.
Just like this golden beetle.
Insect Xyz.
It's number 66. Supreme Key Beetle, Master Key Beetle. I can guarantee that'll change.
I think they wasted that number on a beetle.
66?
It should have been, it should have been like a fiend. Come on.
It's kind of cool, though.
It's cool looking. I like it.
Reminds me of that thing that Jafar had. The
yes.
Scarab.
Yes.
I always wanted that. That was the first news. Second news, now we got some bad news.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, thank you, Kyle.
Sorry.
So Cosmo Blazer Special Edition.
I left the bad news for you.
I will break your hearts. Cosmo Blazer Special Edition is announced for March 22nd. And we know the 2 cards we're going to be getting.
Or not getting.
Or, yeah, exactly. So, Wind Up Shark as a super. Hey, ho!
These are both supers.
Oh my gosh, you're right. So, Wind Up Shark, it is not relevant anymore at all. The thing that it was protecting, Zen Mighty, is completely gone. Like, its job is to just swim now.
I mean, I'd rather have a super magician than the new shark that I can get.
That would be useful. And then the other card is Blade Armor Ninja, which, who cares?
It's like $5, right?
I would hope so. I mean, Blade Armor Ninja, I think, is obviously the better thing to get, because not everybody has one.
But then again,
if you're not using Excalibur for some reason, then I guess you have Blade Armor Ninja now.
But everybody has Excalibur. Oh, it's $8. No, wait, that's the first one. No, stupid. Yeah, $8.
$8. So for some reason, it's $8.
Well, it'll go down $3.
It should go down to like $2.
Well, yeah, but who's gonna buy this and get these?
I guess that's true.
I do want to just use windups now because it's like you can not be derp.
You cannot be like shamed.
Yeah, it's not shameful to use them now. Like, oh, you
won't get the stink eye, basically.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, if they win, they're like, oh.
Or they'll be like, oh, what are you're trying to use windup still? You think you're cool?
You think you're really good then, don't you? And then you win, and they're like, I guess he's really good.
So I guess that's that news.
That was all the news. It's pretty much all the news.
Yeah.
The rest, anything else, will be moving into the topic of the day.
Yeah.
Which we will move into. Or the topics.
Aurora.
Borealis. Aurora Boros. Brackwing. Abroholos.
Abroholos, the Mega Quake.
The Mega Quake. Okay, we'll take a break. Here we are.
And it's official.
Oh yeah, official ban list des.
Yep. I mean, it was interesting because the list that we read last week on our previous podcast was similar to this in many respects. It was like the let's have fun but also play serious kind of list.
Yeah.
And this is the straight up Konami business list that we got. They gave us the business, they showed off their business, and now we know what their business is.
But like everybody believed the Goya one though. That's what was funny. Because it was it was super believable. I would believe it if Konami was like, oh, that was it.
Yeah,
this one's fake.
They could have done that if they wanted. I mean, it was just very, very good.
Yeah.
It was tough but fair.
I was ready to run 3 scapegoats.
That was funny. There were what was banned on that previous list? It was Gateway and Ultimate Offering.
Yeah.
Like it's understandable why they wouldn't ban those because they're not doing good now.
They don't give a crap.
Yeah, they're not doing good now. That's essentially why they're still in the game because they're not topping things, which is a funny way to look at it. But Konami essentially proved that is how they're going to look at things.
They made a statement.
Yeah.
And it's the overarching statement I hear is we are okay with where the game is going. And this is where we want it to go. That's what they just said. This is our plan was this. And we've almost reached that. There's just this one deck that didn't do what we wanted. Don't play it. Right?
Yeah, windups. No,
they're still pretty good, though.
No, that's true.
But, so, the list. We'll switch. I'll go back and forth. I'll do Forbidden. First, we got Forbidden cards, Sangan, and Wind-Up Carrier Zen Mighty.
So why Sangan?
I can justify it, but I don't know why. I think Konami was just like, hey, they wanted it like 3-4 months ago, so let's just do it now.
No, I don't.
Okay, I'll do my justification then.
Go ahead.
It limits card versatility that they can create. They cannot create anything with less than 1500 attack without allowing everybody to search it on a whim.
Okay.
It makes it really so they can't. Weak monsters are too easy to search with Sangan because you can always have Sangan, which means they can't make really good weak cards. I was thinking about that. You can't search things anymore. Like, I need.
You can't search generic things.
Yeah, I was like, well, how do I get this to my hand? He's like, you can't. You just don't anymore. There's some cards that used to be like easy to search. Like you can't search Summoner Monk anymore. Like things like that. You're like, I can't just have Honest.
Well, you can. Search
you can do it really poorly.
That's true. That's true. It's not a one card.
You're just not like, oh, I got it.
It's not easy
trading off thing. Like you can like ram a tomato into their monster and get a Summoner Monk. But you just like go on, like you put in all these like risks and things come into that, and it's not efficient at all.
That's true.
And it doesn't put it in your hand where you can just do it when you need it. It's severely limited a lot of things.
This is true. It also had the foresight to hit Rabbit a little bit.
Yeah.
Now they can't just, like you said, add Rabbit to their hand and then go off.
So Rabbit's technically not searchable anymore. You can, but it's really hard still.
It also makes wind-ups a little. Well, I mean, it goes like directly in tandem with the fact that they banned Zen Mighty, because it's like Tour Guide into Sangan or Tour Guide into Tour Guide, or just having a Sangan in a wind-up deck is like you just have every card in the deck basically with a Sangan, which is kind of ridiculous.
One thing, just because I have been doing lots of experimentation for the Zen Mighty, I'm pretty sure you can still shock lock on the first turn really easily if you just have a Zen Mighty in your deck, even with one Magician. If
you have a Zen Mighty in your deck.
Yeah. With just, I'm kind of spilling over into the limited to ones, but with just one Magician, it's still really easy to do Shock Lock.
Which was why I was very, very happy to see that they banned Zen Mighty. Like, I was very surprised to see it. I thought we were going to get, like, a Magician and something else in the deck, but I didn't think they were going to touch the extra deck just after them limiting it to one already.
It was like, I mean, we could all justify it. It's a super unhealthy card.
Yeah.
It's just more like why now almost, rather than earlier, and why haven't they done other things if they're going to do this kind of thing, but we can always question that.
True.
It was winning everything, so they put their hand down on it and said no.
They left the deck as it's still a very playable deck.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't super derp.
Yeah, it's not 2 cards plus 4 kind of plays. Thought goes into everything, which is what... And it goes down to a solid tier 2 with all those other decks. We get to actually think.
So don't be unhappy because they didn't like semi-limit or limit Shark, or they didn't limit Factory or something like that.
They obviously couldn't do Shark. They're re-releasing it.
Yeah. See, we didn't know. If we had known, it would have been so obvious.
Oh, well, they're hitting Magician. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Well, now we just know. We know everything.
Yeah. And the Sangan is also like a latent hit on Tour Guide. That's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, I had already gotten to the point where I had ran only Tour Guide with no Sangan, or in my hero deck, I never brought it out. It wasn't in there because I could summon it with Tour Guide, because it was already in the graveyard on my first turn, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But I would just run tour guide without it. So it's kind of irrelevant to me, but I'm sure some other people are like, oh, tour guide's weaker.
I'm so happy that Sangan is gone. So happy.
It's nice.
It is the only card that people set.
I know.
And now it's gone. So you're not going to be setting anything that I'm going to be afraid. You can set a Raikou. I don't care. I just don't want you to get the stuff that you need.
Oh, it's also like a mini hit on Exodia.
True.
And it's pretty much all the like troll decks. A lot of them just run a Sangan because why not? Mm-hmm. You're not going to game me through my Sangan. So if you attack it, I get a Scarecrow. That's pretty much what it is, or other thing I really want, or a piece of Exodia. So that's nice. Yeah, that ruins this one idea I had forever back, the Tour Guide Exodia deck. Or you Tour Guide puts Sangan in the graveyard and you run like triple call, triple limit reverse, and triple Magic Planner.
I remember you saying that. That
was kind of cute. Well, you can still kind of do it. You just Armageddon Knight into Emissary of the Afterlife. You just can't search the head. Just can't search the head.
The head is the hardest port to form.
Yeah. Hardest port to form. That's the band cards. Exodia. I got beaten by Exodia.
Restricted.
Limited to 1.
We have Wind Up Magician. Hey!
I won. Hey. It would have been so pointless to put this card in 2.
It would have.
I love how people... That's the one thing... Well, it made sense in the other list because they did other things that made it at 2, like, okay.
Yeah.
But I still thought that... Well, it was a very Konami thing to do, just like to do it wrong. So, you know? So that's why it was believable, too.
Yeah.
Oh, they did it wrong. They hit the right card, but they did it wrong. So I believed it on the last list, that's why. But to me, it was kind of the same thing as, like, Konami... They've made decisions in the past that just don't make any sense. Like, oh, Xian to 1. To me, that means, like, nothing. Like, I don't care. Give him 5 Xian out. And it's still at 1, so... Things like that. So they've done it before, so I wouldn't not believe it, but Magician...
Magician, they did the right thing.
It deserves to be up. Cards that just summon more copies of themselves.
I would have been so frustrated if it was, like, still at 2 and they didn't do anything else.
Oh, the OTKs you had to come up with now? It'd be so easy with 2. So easy with 2.
It's like, oh, now I don't have to worry about that third Magician and, like, where it will go and what I have to do. I just have 2. No, you have 1. You're only going to do it once.
No, you're going to do it once.
Yeah.
I know how to do it. No, we're me and Justin. We figured it out.
Fine.
Well, I mean, everybody's pretty much hopping on this one train. Seems to be the best train where you just run Summon or Monk in your deck. Your other 2 Magicians are now Monks. Which essentially is just Magician.
Yeah.
But, no, there's a Monk plus Shark.
I'm fine with that because you're discarding.
Investing. Yeah. I mean, but first turn Monk, Shark, Shock Lock. It's pretty much the same. Except you lose an extra card.
It's fine. I don't care.
It's fine, yeah. I'm fine with it.
They still don't, like, super derp later.
They do now. Because they've built the plays because you have to. Because now you run Call the Haunted. I would.
Oh, interesting.
Like Call, Rat. So Call plus like Shark. You're like Call, Rat, Magician, Shark, and then obviously a lot of stuff happens after that. So it's still there, but you have to think a lot more. The plays are not straightforward. There isn't going to be any like set plays really. They're all being based on the situation. You can still OTK. Lots of decks can OTK with 3 cards. So
that's true.
All of them they got brought down from 2 cards to 3 cards for almost every OTK, which is good. Because I can 3-card OTK in like Heroes. Your Dragon deck, I'm sure, just OTKs all the time.
Yep.
Any combination of cards in the deck that is like 5 cards, it usually OTKs. That's just how it works. So it's not unreasonable now. And now if you stop them, they lose more cards. It's not like they do it and they're like, oh darn, we go 1 for 1 when you like Veilered me. That's like how they used to be. Now they're like, oh, you Veilered me. My whole play is gone.
That is true too.
Yeah, continue.
I'm just happy that I don't have to worry about Zen Mighty staying there and Shockmaster staying there.
That's the most annoying thing about Zen Mighty is like, oh, if you don't kill it immediately, I'm just gonna plus out the butt next turn. Like, that was cool.
And just kill my Shockmaster, man. Just kill it. Just come on, just do it. Struggle, kill it, and then I'll just have Zen Mighty still.
Yeah.
Or kill my Zen Mighty and then like lose.
Yeah. But so now you can it's the Invoker is the one you go to now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they can't do anything. Like if they have the Invoker, it's just like who cares? Summon a freaking warrior. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Warrior doesn't plus again.
No, it doesn't summon a rat for no reason next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Rat. I'm glad they called it rat now. I remember back in the day. It was mouse.
So cute.
Mouse. It was mouse. Like, oh, it should be mouse. That's so much better. But it's such a rat.
You dirty rat.
Yeah, it's a dirty rat now.
It's so funny.
Oh. Okay. Next card.
Yep. 1 Day of Peace.
Yay.
They kind of hit that. Well, they hit Exodia stuff. They hit Shenanigan decks.
All Shenanigan decks go away. A little bit.
The people who are obsessed with Shenanigan decks, they'll still try.
Oh, they still work. I mean, weren't they beating us with those decks back when this card didn't come out?
Yeah.
This just made it really dumb.
Which is why I was surprised. I was like, oh, they hit 1 Day of Peace, I guess.
It's still really good. There was a guy named Paul Cooper who topped at the YCS Miami, but it was he was running Heretics.
Really?
With triple 1 Day of Peace, I think.
Really?
I believe that's what it was. I could be wrong.
When was this?
Miami?
Yeah. Like most recent?
Last Saturday.
Oh, there was that Miami.
In between this podcast and the last podcast, there was a YCS.
Hey, there was.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was just like, really? Wow. So, yeah. And that deck that was starting up, the Eva Gishki...
Yeah, they're kind of like mini hits that.
What was it called? I don't even remember.
Gishki Loop.
Yeah. I don't remember the Mind August.
Mind August Loop.
Mind August deck. It's like kind of...
I'm sure eventually they'll put Mind August to 1.
I guess. I guess.
I mean, fundamentally it makes sense.
It does.
A card that can infinitely thin your deck loop itself.
Yeah. I understand.
And every card, because same thing. I think they should do that, or give me 3 Transmigration Prophecy. Give it to me. I dare somebody to make a first turn loop with 3 Transmigration Prophecy. I'm sure there is one where you play like Bubble Illusion and play Chops from your hand.
Oh my. Someone would do it.
Someone would do it.
So yeah, that's just 1 Day of Peace Shenanigan decks. They did something.
Yeah.
And Solemn Warning to 1.
Yay.
They didn't have to do this, but they did.
It's nice.
So I think it's nice.
I wanted it to happen.
I wanted it to happen too.
Everybody else is butthurt.
Yeah.
Except for me and you, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of disliked it.
I don't like wading into 2 warnings and a solemn.
I hate when they have... when you never expect... You never expect all 3. You never expect 2 warnings, though.
You don't... if you do expect it, you're like, I'm not going to play like that.
No.
I'm not. I wasn't going to play like that. I never play like that. I'm never like, well, if he has the second warning, good for him. Dumb.
But no, it's just a stupid card. It's way too good. People are all upset because... Essentially, this is what I have to say. People are upset because they can't stop things anymore. They're like, oh, what am I going to do against Mermails? They're just going to summon Undyne, get to summon Magalo. The problem is that they're playing their decks wrong. That's all I got to say. Like, we've adapted. We run really retarded traps in all of our decks now. The trap lineup is like wrong, quote, in our decks. Because we've adapted to the format, and everybody else hasn't. They're still running all the normal traps because they want to, but they've adapted to run a lot, so that when they get destroyed, they still have some.
It's okay that there's 2 warnings if there's 3 MSTs.
I still don't like 3 MSTs.
I don't either.
But the problem isn't that you can't stop things; it's that you're running the wrong traps to stop them, and that you shouldn't be trying to stop them like that. Now they're like, well, if they summon their monster, they can just lance pretty much for anything, which is true. But the problem is you don't try to affect their monster. That's all I really realized this format. You can't affect their monster. It never works.
Which deck are you talking about? Or are you just talking
Lots
about
of decks. Just in general. It's really hard to affect their monster because they're planning on it. They either are going to just let it happen and just eat it and then win. And then, like, specifically, like, Prophecy, you can't affect their monsters. So you just stop trying to affect their monsters. You have to indirectly affect all of the things. Like, Call of the Haunted indirectly affects everything. Like, okay, a monster bigger than theirs is the same as, like, Mirror Forcing, except they can't respond to the same way.
Yeah.
Mind Crush is really good. Cards like Skill Drain, Macrocosmos, they don't directly affect any of their cards. They just disallow them from certain things. That's what you need to do right now. Because there's too much destruction and prevention that they can just drop to stop you. Mm-hmm. That's why I run those.
It really depends on what kind of deck you're running.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to play one of those like heavy trap decks, then you can play those old traps. Those are good.
Yeah.
It's good against that.
Absolutely.
Or they just have to be like really powerful, like super transformation.
Mm-hmm. And I think the thing that I was thinking about with 2 warnings and 1 solemn, that it's essentially less punishable 3 solemn format. Mm-hmm. Like there was 3 solemns, that was a thing, and then it got like instantly limited to 1.
Yeah, that format people just started running 3.
Yeah,
so they put it to 1.
And then so solemn judgment is at 1, and then solemn warning is at 2. Solemn warning, super useful.
It was the same thing as 3 judgments, except possibly better.
You don't take as much.
And
you can get away with just playing 1 and having it be like.
It negates monster effects too, which is more important now. Mm-hmm. And so it's just better, and there's 3 anyway, so it's just kind of like, well, it was good again.
It's interesting if they.
Will they come out with another weaker version?
No, well, I mean they might, but they just keep making monsters that summon other monsters.
Yeah. And
so the fact that they limited warning to 1 just made all of those better.
Oh, yeah. Monk is less scary.
Wolfberg, less scary.
Well, you don't nag by activating. Like, your monk discard, and you're like, please don't warning, please don't warning, please don't warning.
Yeah.
And then they warning, you're like, ah!
The thing that made me think of that was that Lumina is now at 3, so I'm just going to spoil that. And discard for Lumina, solemn warning is like...
That's so... my guts, my glory, it's gone. But no, that's all gone. What a guy said, pretty much the... Summons go through now more effectively because you can't bet on having warnings and them having warnings.
Yeah,
because nobody does, and nobody's going to judgment your normal summon. Mm-hmm. Like summon Undyne, it's like solemn judgment. It's like pay for that. Oh, you lose now. It's like you paid 4,000. You can't do that because judgment pays too much.
The other thing is that now you have a higher probability of playing the game.
Yeah,
like if someone else goes first, they can't completely lock you out of the game. Or their probability of locking you out is much, much, much lower.
It's like they listened to me. Remember when I was like, there's 2 cards that just are problems for going first. I was like, Solemn Warning's a problem. Mm-hmm. Thunder King Raya is a problem. The Thunder King, I think that's stupid. Because it doesn't do anything.
That's not true.
It makes it so people can't run stun.
What? No, they limited Thunder King for a reason.
Oh, yeah, but I think it's just really dumb.
It's completely business. They got down to business.
They did make it's business. So they want you to run a specific deck. Moving on to semi-limited cards.
Yeah.
We got Tsukiyomi.
Good.
Run spellbooks.
I think it's obvious that they put this at 2. Who cares?
I'm pretty sure I've said it a million times. Tsukiyomi to 5.
Yeah.
But no, this is really good for prophecies. Mm-hmm. Run 2 in that deck if you're running it.
Yep.
Please.
Prophecies better.
And they want you to buy that deck. Mm-hmm. So.
Which is surprising, because I feel like the first pack that Prophecies came out in should be going out of print soon.
Maybe.
So it seems weird, but I mean...
Maybe they're gonna... I had my prediction, which is completely inaccurate now. I thought they were gonna reprint High Priestess as a promo. Because it made so much sense. It's like at this major hype and price. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants one.
Yeah.
And they're still releasing good cards in their sets for it. Mm-hmm. So why not release it and just grab the hype by the balls?
Apparently we've gone back to the bad promos. High Priestess will be in a tin. High Priestess will probably be in a tin.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're calling it. Mm-hmm. You know, it still hasn't been reprinted. It's still the eve of perfect time to reprint Bure.
Oh yeah.
Bure still hasn't been reprinted. There's more machines coming out. Why don't we have Bure?
I honestly don't understand. I was thinking about that the other day. It makes me unhappy because how much is it worth still?
It probably went up because of that guy.
Yeah, that too. I was thinking because we have a ton. Because you got a ton.
Yeah, I just kept
them.
them.
2 play sets of them. Bure do.
No, not Bure do.
No, just Bure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barrettes
and Bure.
So it's like $20.
Yeah.
So Japanese bidding. No, we don't want bidding. We don't want bidding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so much.
Oh, I don't have it anymore. I was gonna look. I remember that I had that like thing where I predicted things that should come out.
Mm-hmm.
They still haven't reprinted like Gear Frame.
Oh, so no, it's not. It's like 15.
15 is still a lot for an old Synchro monster.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised. Oh wait, no, this was in December. I looked at the completed listings. And it was like $15 back then. It's probably like about 18 to 20 now. If people wanted to charge that.
Here's my list of things. There are a lot of them came true already. So Roach already happened. Machine and Gear Frame never happened.
Rescue Rabbit,
Maxi Levier, those all happened. There's no Bure. We still don't have Gel and Duo. Freaking Gel and Duo. So sad. But it's the dawn of the time for Bure to be reprinted. It
is. And nothing's coming out that they could put it in, right?
Other than that thing that obviously doesn't have it. Oh, gosh. It's $20 for Gel and Duo.
But that's a secret rare, right? That's good.
That's a secret rare. Oh.
That's not as bad.
Oh, the dual terminal one is like $12-ish.
Also, not bad.
Secret rare is $20. Oh, there's an ultra rare in Dark Legends.
That's
$22.
That's cray.
This card is just it's secret and ultra from like untouchable packs. And Gear Frame, it's still the dawn of time to bring Gear Frame back.
More probably machines. Another if they do a second Astral Pack, like Astral Pack 2.
That'd be an interesting one.
So they could do that.
Bure, Ultimate Rare Bure in the Astral Pack. That'd be one. What was it? I said Diva Ulti Rare when we were at McDonald's. I thought that made sense, but we like to predict. Moving on.
So after Tsukuyomi, there is
Thunder King Cryo to 2.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. They're just deterring people from running stun decks, which really doesn't matter.
And running this card, they're like saying like we don't want this.
So Thunder King at 2 says Fire Fists, you've gotten better.
Prophecy's better.
Prophecies, you've gotten better.
Mermel's is better. Even though Mermel's have kind of like gone around it in a way with their new build. It can kind of just like burn through it almost.
Yep.
But still, they're trying to say that like they don't like that it stops their new decks.
And some decks just run it flippantly too.
Yeah,
because it does that.
I don't like that at all. But I want it at 1 or 3 because 2 is kind of silly to me. Because the people who just run it flippantly, they're never going to run more than 2. So I feel like it only affects the stun deck, which hasn't done anything. So it was just really mean to that stun deck. So I do want it at 1 though. So that you're citing your 1 Thunder King, or like you're meaning your 1. Okay, that's fine. It's the 1. Oh, he summoned Thunder King. It's okay. It's the only one, right? It's the only. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Thunder King with 1 warning is not 2 Thunder King with 1 warning is not as scary as 2 Thunder King.
It'll like never happen.
Or potentially 3 Thunder King, like a sided extra one with 2 warning.
But as I said, this was one of those cards that upset the balance of going first. Thunder King on the first turn is too good. So I guess the chances of opening with it are really low now with 2.
Yeah, that's essentially what that means.
Next, Advanced Ritual Art.
Finally.
I feel like we said on the podcast where we predicted that it didn't really matter.
Yep.
Most people I think they're legitimately complaining. They don't want to have to play Herald of Perfection. Nobody wants to play against that deck ever. I don't want to play against that deck. Do you want to play against that deck?
I absolutely am frustrated whenever I have to play that deck. I don't know how it would be now. Now it would be weird.
It's it got a little edge. Which people don't want any edge for that deck at all. No more edge. That's what they're saying, but I don't think it matters enough. I thought about running it.
That deck.
I thought about running it because I saw that and I was like, it's a really good deck. Just it's almost at troll level. Like it's one of those decks that's gotten really close to like Final Countdown and Exodia decks and how it plays. Same with, like Dark Worlds have gotten that close. It's the 2 decks that have gotten that close. Dark Worlds and Herald of Perfection. Well, we all forgot about that deck, so I didn't say anything. Next, No longer limited.
Sport is at 3. Good. It went swiftly off the list. Oh, also, the cards that we see here in the no longer restricted, like, they just got swooped off the list completely, so I hope they continue that trend. There's Spore, there's Kalut, there's Lumina, there's Xian Smoke Signal, and then there's Mind Crush, which I'm not happy about.
Mind Crush?
Yeah.
Because you don't want people running 3?
I don't want more than 3. I don't want more than 2.
I thought it was really safe at 2. I didn't expect them to do that.
I didn't expect that either. That was and they kind of threw it in too. We found that later.
Yeah, they didn't reveal it until they did reveal it.
Mm-hmm.
But on Streak they didn't post it, and a lot of places didn't post that Mind Crush was on it. And then later they got the scans, and the scans revealed that it had Mind Crush at 3.
Mm-hmm.
I am simultaneously like, that's good and bad, because I'm going to side 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really like Mind Crush.
It's really good.
But it, like...
I'm fine drawing it all the time.
Exactly. I was like... At 2, I was thinking I might not... Excuse me, whoa. That was the weirdest burp. I might not draw it. And if I don't draw it, I can't automatically win. But then if I, like... Against so many decks, it's just like, I automatically win. That's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of counters the whole, like, we love these new decks we've made for you. Because it's good against all of them, like, beyond reason.
Yeah.
It's really good against Mermails and really good against Prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like... I wouldn't... If I was maining it, I wouldn't side it out against Fire Fist.
And it's good against, like, low-tier decks, too.
Yeah. And just, like, kicks them in the knees.
The decks that, like, try to Deus Ex Machina really hard.
Yeah.
Like, I know exactly what you're doing. So...
Like, windups are like, okay, I'm down, but I got this card that searches for my combo pieces. So it's just like, yes, I got 2 sharks. Okay, summon magician. And it's like, Mind Crush, shark. And it's just like, no. I tried so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Spore. I don't like that they put it at 3, but I mean, it should be at 3.
I think...
The knee-jerkness of it is really stupid.
Yeah. I think at 2, it's the same as it being at 3.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that you would do with a Spore is either have it all the time or banish another Spore, and then you're good. I guess that's the only thing that you would do with them.
You can draw it more. You can mill it more.
Yep.
You gonna try to run your old deck, or is it gone forever?
No, I needed the Lone Fire. No, not the Lone Fire. The Glow Up Bulb.
The Glow Up Bulb was too good.
It was so important because the Lone Fire Spore, the Glow Up Bulb Spore combo was essentially 3 level 1 tuners.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, depending on what I was doing. I mean, maybe 4, depending on what I brought back with Junk Synchron.
Yeah.
Because it's like, Glow Up Bulb comes back once as a free thing. I'd always summon it, probably with 1-for-1. So that's 2 Glow Up Bulbs. And then Spore would be at least 1, or I could special Spore with Junk. So it was... Those cards were the powerhouse of the deck and what got me those extra draws, which was what makes that deck win. So I don't want to bother with it again. I have dragons now. It's like the same thing.
It's just different.
Yeah.
It takes its advantage from the deck.
Mm-hmm.
It puts it there.
Mm-hmm.
But the Spore not going to affect us at all.
Mm-hmm.
The other two, these two, they were slowly happening. It wasn't just that. On the last one, they put the Kalut to 2, and then now it's at 3.
Yeah, they shrooped it off the list.
Well, they did shroop it. They did the thing that they always do, where they test it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter. 3, Snipe Hunter at 2, 3, and then I remember it was Breaker at 2, 3, and it was just
Yep.
I remember back when we were what DD Warrior? They use at 2. Mm-hmm. They went Fisher from 1 to 3, and we're nobody runs Fisher.
And the Lumina we've talked about for forever. Kalut is kind of scary.
I want to run Black Wings.
I don't want to deal with... Nobody likes getting honested. Nobody wants to be Kaluted either.
Mm-hmm.
It's...
No, now it's... At 3, you always get Kaluted, so you can bet on it. So it's different. It's so at 2, you're kind of well, they probably don't have it, and you walk into it, and you're dang it. It ruins you at 2.
You make 50-50 calls.
But if at 3, just assume they have it, and then you can play around it. So it's a benefit now to know they always have it, which is good and bad.
Kalut at 3 is crowd control. It's Fire Fists, come on, attack me, or I'm just going to attack you, you're not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's like, don't try to manipulate my attack.
Oh man, you're gonna lance me, bro? Ooh.
Oh, smarty smart. Smart.
No,
Oh, Clute. Okay.
Yep. It's good. Your card was wasted.
Oh, you're chaining another lance? Oh, double Clute. Like dumb stuff like that.
Sure, a plus.
Yes. Yes.
That's interesting.
Sheen Smoke Signal. Inconsistent deck is still inconsistent. There we go.
And then Mind Crush, and then that's...
It was so simple.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it so much.
I mean, I obviously wish for an extremely radical ban list.
Oh, of course.
But I have completely demolished that possibility from my mind. It is impossible in my mind for that to happen, so I accept this kind of list. This is what I expected.
I was like, they could change literally nothing and I would be fine.
That's essentially what they did.
That's essentially what
they said.
Did.
No more wind-ups. The game is fine.
Yeah.
Which is...
everything essentially the same.
Yeah.
Like, a little tweaks here and there. Now we're moving you all towards playing the decks we want you to play.
Yeah. Play the decks we want, and or just get better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't be Mermails, get better.
Yep, exactly. 100% true.
You're not playing right. Play a different deck. That's essentially what it is. You're like, you can't beat Mermails with your Blackwing deck. Play a different deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see these other decks? Play those.
Mm-hmm.
We put them here for you.
Yep, but my deck, it's so unfair that they can do this and I can't. Well, then
don't use
get better or don't use the deck or make your deck.
Yeah, make a different deck.
They're going to be here for forever. That's what I like. You have a chance to just make whatever deck you're playing better because everything is going to stay the same.
Yeah. And it also gives us... It's interesting because we're going to go into this next format is going to be pretty much the same as what we've been experiencing. So we know what to do already. So it becomes this thing where you know how the deck works like fundamentally in every way, which doesn't usually happen. Like it has happened. So like everybody knew how plants worked, but that was really weird because we all knew how it worked, and yet it was so good that it still topped. That rarely happens. Like Mermails, once you know how to play the deck, I said that last week. Once you know how to play against it, it's a lot different than when you get like steamrolled when you don't know what's happening. You just have to know how to play right, and you can beat that deck. Yep. With a lot of decks. Some decks can't beat it. That's just what happens.
One last thing about the semi-restricted card, Tsukuyomi at 2. That seems like a swoop.
A swoop?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna go to 3?
I think.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just swoop that off the list. I don't know I don't know much about advanced ritual art, so I don't know if that could swoop off there.
I thought about doing like a really bad decks with it.
Well,
like
then maybe
for
not.
no reason. Like not good decks. Like literally not good.
Okay.
Real talk, not good decks.
Real talk. That's good. Okay.
Because I was like, what if I made a deck that advanced ritual
normal monsters to the graveyard? That's all I want to do.
I was like, I'll make a deck. I'll run a bunch of like level 2 light normal monsters, and I'll just summon Gearfried immediately. Why not? Just, why not? You could run a bunch of bad stuff.
Which Gearfried?
Light Ray Gearfried.
Oh, that Gearfried, yes. Think about how fast, that you could set that up, or the Dark Creator.
You can summon something so fast. So fast. Like, you can be like, oh gosh, I need to summon Pyro Rex now.
Oh, yeah.
Advanced Ritual Art, Pyro Rex. And it's just like, yes!
I summon you, Pyro Rex!
Like, gosh. Because I could do that the worst deck. Because you remember that idea, the rabbit in Volcanics?
Art, yep.
Where I run all the level 1 Pyro monsters. And I just play Advanced Ritual Art, and I'm running some like bad ritual, and I send like a bajillion to the graveyard. Oh, yeah.
That's so funny.
You can do bad things now. That's 2 is an engine. That's one of the rules. 2 is an engine. Same for Tsukuyomi. 2 is an engine. You can bet on it now. So now you can bet on flipping your monsters face down if you need to.
Interesting.
I like that.
I do too.
So that's the ban list.
Yeah.
What does this mean for the next format? The same decks you've been seeing. Expect Fire Fist to trounce things. It's soon enough. And with that, we'll move and talk quickly about
Miami.
I like saying Miami.
Miami.
So what won? Winehouse won, which was not exciting, apparently. It's kind of funny because their win is completely invalidated. Because does the person who wins this event deserve to go to Nationals? Because they were only able to top with a deck that doesn't exist in the next format.
Yeah,
so it's like funny. They should have to top again in order to prove it. But so it's kind of like someone goes like, "Oh, you're the guy who won YCS Miami with windups." Like, you're nobody.
Hey, Konami kind of took that power away from you, so it must have been the deck, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
look what they were facing too.
It was just windups.
Look what they were facing.
It was an interesting one. So, at first place, windups. Second place was, what was it? I forgot. It was something weird. Was it the Karakuri guy?
I think he was third or fourth. There's Mr. Break. Being good all over the place.
Oh, apparently I can't figure it out. Oh, he just like turbo poops on the
Oh, here we go.
Oh. Well, there you go. Oh, it was just windups again. It was a mirror match. Windups, first and second. Third was Karakuri, OTK, like OTK. And then Mermels, Without Undyne, by Billy Break, was fourth. And then we got Dino Rabbit, Dark Worlds, Fire Fist Rabbit, Windups, Bubble Heroes, Windups, Heretics, Windups, Mermels with Undyne, and Trap Heavy Mermels.
The new hotness.
Yep. I'm pretty sure he ran 10 key, the guy who won, but I could be wrong. I know he did run Phoenix Chain, which was like interesting, but his deck was completely boring, and so was the second place person's. No, he did not run 10 key.
He did not run Phoenix. He ran 3. Oh, that's right. He was the guy that ran 3 Phoenix Chain and 3 Compulse. I heard about that.
He was scary.
That's pretty monstery.
And double Thunder King. Oh, he can still only run 2. But his deck is exactly what you expect, except with 3 Compulse, 3 Phoenix Chain. Yeah, I don't know what else. So that's boring. So it pretty much comes down to third and fourth. That's where the interesting stuff happened. Third was the Karakuri OTK, which people were like, all like, like that about, because they weren't prepared for a deck like this. And let me tell you, little children, you're not prepared for it either. I dare net deckers to try to win with this. They can't. They cannot win with this kind of deck.
That's so funny.
Net deckers are not prepared for decks like this. The pure OTK.
This is so awesome, though.
This deck will only OTK, nothing else. It will only OTK, and a person who doesn't understand the deck completely will not win. But it's Karakuri OTK, which means
this is.
Cash is the search card.
This is.
Anatomy is the draw card.
Yeah.
But he bare-boned it with his Karakuri monsters, as well as ran some interesting tech, as people would call it. So he's got 3 Komachi, which is the normal summon again. Merchant, which is the level 2 that searches the deck. 1 Quick, the ninja, that when it attacks, it brings one back. 2 Soldier, which is the battle soldier. And then 3 Strategist, which is the one that switches the battle position. So it switches itself, so you draw cards.
Level
then
2.
Level 3?
Level 3, right.
So it's weird that he only runs 3 level 4s. Most people run like a bunch of level 4s in standard. But this one, he just needs the tuners. That's all he needs. He's got 3 Psychic Commander with 3 Emergency Teleport. Yeah. You know what that means. And he's got, the secret tech of the century. Oh no, Solar Windjammer. Scary stuff, right? It's a Solar Windjammer. I think it's got like 500 attack.
It's just a level 5 machine. But we talked about it before on the podcast.
Like forever ago.
Just special summons itself.
Yeah, so unlike Cyber, it's the same as Cyber Dragon, except bad stats. And the only difference is that it's like Thrasher. Your opponent doesn't have to have any monsters. You can just summon it if you have no monsters. And during your standby phase, it increases its level by 1.
Yep.
So it's just level 5. You go like, oh, my turn. draw, special Windjammers, summon a Karakuri, and then you just like derp.
Mm-hmm.
You summon 2 of the drawing ones, and then you summon the one that switches, draw 2, and you summon that beast, set Solemn Morning, and your turn, win the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you go second, you just attack over our other stuff and win. But he also ran triple desynchro, which is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that worked, but I didn't know anybody would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Desynchro, so you desynchros the Karakuri synchro, synchros for them again, and just gets another monster from his deck.
Mm-hmm.
And potentially draws another card with Burado if he summons another one.
Yep.
Triple instant fusion. He's got like the Heavy Storm, Monster Born, Pot of Avarice with 2 MSTs. He's got 2 Karakuri Anatomy, which is their, what do you want to call it? Six Samurai United, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Draws 2 cards, some more drawing, and then 1 cash. There's a lot of funny combos that you just need 1 for. Because you can search Karakuri cash and Anatomy with Merchant. Who's level 2. When he's normal summoned, add a Karakuri card from your deck to your hand. Okay, what else? And then traps. 2 Decree, and the Solemn Brigade.
The Solemn Brigade. So yeah, OTK. Just do it. Just
straight business.
Synchro, desynchro.
Synchro. And synchro, he runs 3 of each of the Karakuri synchros, 1 of each of the Nature. No, he just runs Nature Beast and Landois. No, he doesn't need Barkion. I don't think he can even summon it. And then the rest of the good synchros and Zenmains.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 Cybersaurus.
2 Cybersaurus, of course. The machine, level 5 fusion monster to be brought out with instant fusion.
Yeah. He does what I do. You run 3 fusion cards and 2 fusions. And people are apparently appalled by this and surprised. It's like, I didn't know Karakuri's OTK'd people without a care in the world.
You mean like they literally always have?
Like they always have, except he just decided that he cared even less than most people. That's what he decided. The next interesting one was the Billy Breaks Mermail deck, which essentially did exactly what we said would happen. Gosh, it's so annoying.
I know. Dude, someone finally did it. You mean Konami?
Yeah, Konami told you to. I just remember, like, the pre-release. I go there and I was like, oh gosh, you guys, Amadeus is the most retarded card ever. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, I'm gonna run one. No. You see this? You see this? This is exactly what I thought would happen. This is what I said would happen.
You were right.
I was like, this card is amazing. And then he was like, you know what, this card's amazing. I'll make a deck.
Mm-hmm.
He did one thing that I thought was cool, though. He ran double Abyss Squall. That card's retarded. I didn't even know that card existed.
Is this the trap?
Yeah. So Abyss Squall.
That came in. Oh.
Yeah, it's just target 3 Mermails in your graveyard, special summon them in defense. Their effects are negated, and they cannot declare an attack and destroy them during the end phase. Might as well be just like a rekindling for them. Mm-hmm. But they can search this card too.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, oh gosh, I don't need a sphere right now. How about rekindling?
Mm-hmm. How about the goods?
How about free rank 7?
Mm.
It went up to 5 Dawa.
It's both good. It's good. It's great mid game and fantastic late game.
And if you can do it early game, you just like win.
Yeah.
But so what? His deck, the everybody's like, he's not running Gen X Undyne, right? That's scary.
You don't need to.
So the story on this deck, it's Billy Break. We know who Billy Break is.
Mm-hmm.
The story is that him and Jeff Jones teamed up to build this deck.
Oh, really?
So it took 2 of the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh minds to make this idea. I think that's kind of silly, but it gives it this aura. So he's got the Atlanteans. He's got the triple Dragoons because Dragoons is dumb. He's only got 1 Heavy Infantry because you only need 1, and then 3 Marksmen because it's the best one. Then you got 3 Diva, 2 Mermail Abyss Gunned. I remember telling everybody this was good too. That's the one when it's discarded, you just bring back a Mermail. Mm-hmm. 1 Abyss Lead, which is the fatty beater. The one that makes Abyss Land really stupid. I hate that. Like, gosh, summon Stardust. Attack Lind into Stardust. Summon 27 beater from my deck. It reminds me of Titanial. Like, super annoying. It's like, oh, you MST'd incorrectly? 27 beater.
Oh, it's really funny.
It's so frustrating. And then you're just like, oh, summon Spike, discard gun, 27 beater. It's just like, what?
Pop. It's there.
it's totally irrelevant that all of its effects are completely irrelevant. It is 2700 attack. Discarding your opponent's card is kind of neat.
It doesn't matter that I don't use its effect. It's a 2700.
Yeah. So he's got triple Lind, which is the battle destruction winner, the breadwinner. Mermail, triple Megalo. It's another winner. Triple Spike, the other winner, and then triple Amadeus, triple Abesteus, the other winner. Abesteus. So yeah, there's that. Then you got Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Reborn, Pot of Avarice, no Salvage, no Mooling Glacier also.
No Mooling, yeah.
He runs triple MST and double Lance. He just doesn't give a crap. And then triple Sphere, double Squall, and one Solly J. He just what was it? In one of his games, I was like, oh, that hand doesn't seem too good, and then he just OTK'd with it. I was like, oh, like the guy just left like a little bit on his first turn, and then he's just like, oh. And I was like, oh, it's cute.
Wow.
I underestimated the hand because I didn't know how that deck worked, and he did. He definitely did. I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, I think this is the one, right? No, that's not it. I don't remember which one it is. I just remember thinking like, that's not a very good hand. And then he just like derps.
Lo and behold, it was the hand he...
There's one with...
Yeah.
Oh, it's when he plays the Fire Fist kid. He just like derps all over him. I was like, oh, that sucks.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, he opens Reborn, Double Dragoons, and like Abesteus, and then he just wins.
Do you need 3 for Bistaeus?
Huh? Abesteus discards 1.
Oh, okay.
Then you ran through that one. He ended with a... I don't know which one that is. I don't know. It says, as far as first turns go, this is about as good as it gets. That's what it says on the caption. He's got Diva, Megalo that attacks twice, Abesteus, Dragoons, and there's a Heavy Storm like waiting behind them. I think he draws Heavy Storm and just like goes like with that hand. I was like, oh, cute. Which is game. But so that deck is really, really good, and everybody's saying like this will be the new standard for Mermails, which is kind of annoying because I don't want to deal with the better one. It just OTKs all over the place. And then the other interesting deck
was Heretics.
But I don't know. I think Mega Cavalry said it best. He's like, don't try this at home, kids. He's like the only person you should touch. Heretics is Paul Cooper. Empty jar, Paul Cooper.
Yep, I was surprised he was running something other than...
He actually got top 32 at another YCS with Heretics. It's been his deck.
That's cool.
But it's just like, he's running all the drawing in the world. All of it. And he's running Curse of Dragon. I thought that was so weird. I know what to do with it. But I guess it was good enough that he put it in. He's got one Adrius and one...
he has one
Tyrus.
Adrius and one...
Excuse me.
Tyrus.
Yeah, for the Curse of Dragon.
Yep. Not bad. If it works.
Triple normals.
You could use it.
But most of it's pretty normal, other than the weird stuff.
3 card D, 1 Curse, Valor, Birdman.
Triple Valor, triple Birdman, triple Asset, triple Nepthet, triple Sue, triple Tefnuit, 1 random Koikimairu Drago.
Why not?
Why not? But like, what's that for?
And then because he's running Drago and Luster Dragon. Is he running? Oh no, that's Luster Dragon number 2 is the level 6?
Yeah.
And so he's running Luster Dragon.
Is he running normal Luster Dragon? There's no way he's running. I think that's Luster Dragon number 2. And then, because it's always misprinted as Luster Dragon.
So just write number 2.
Yeah, I guess. But Triple Max C, Red Eyes, and Wattail Dragon. Then he's got 3 Wing Beat of a Giant Dragon. So he's got 4 Heavy Storms, essentially. 3 Wing Beat, 1 Heavy Storm, 2 Convocation, 1 Reborn, 3 One Day of Peace, and 2 Duality. No traps. And he sides into, like, mean things.
Yeah. 3 Prohibition, 3 Decree, 3 Smashing Ground, 2 Torrential, 2 Trag, 1 Gores, 1 Dark Hole. It's all just, that's just the deck.
He's like, I just don't give a crap. I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to do it.
I'm surprised he's not running Chidori. Just 1 random
Why?
Chidori. I don't know, because he has Luster Dragon and...
No, he's not. I guarantee it's not Luster Dragon. It's Luster Dragon number 2. And then, like...
Why would it be so poorly...
Why? I don't care. But he's got 1 Adrius, 1 Tyrus, 1 Zenmayo, 1 Stardust, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Strike Bouncer, 1 Focus Force, 1 Zector Extra-Beetle, 1 Super Dreadnought Turret, Rail Cannon Gustav Max, and then he's got 3 Gaia Dragon Lunar Charger and 3 Atum. I'm sure this deck is another one that just gets down to business. It's one of those decks that they play Maxi and you try to go anyway.
It's just really annoying to watch Heretics do stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's so annoying.
It just keeps going.
Yeah, it just does.
That's the plan. And I'm pretty sure there aren't very many people who... I would say he's probably like the best. Because he's the only person who's topped after the fact. And he's done it multiple times, so...
That's true.
He's like the bestest. And then the lone Fire Fist player running like almost a straight net deck from Japan. That's what it appears. Yeah. I finally figured out what the Vorse Raiders are for.
Tell us.
So Vorse Raider, Dark, when attack is increased, they can deck Devastation Virus with it.
Oh.
And he sides into deck Devi.
Oh.
Which just like obliterates random things.
That's interesting.
Like Obelisk.
That's a really annoying, searchable deck devastation virus target.
Yeah. Because you're like, oh, 10 key, I have a deck Devi.
Yep.
And now it has 100 more attack, which is 2,000.
And it's just really good.
And then you just deck Devi them.
That's pretty crazy. I never thought of that.
Yeah. Makes sense. But really basic build. 3 bear, 3 gorilla, 1 dragon, 2 rabbit, 3 Vorse Raider. All the monsters. That's all I would ever do. Well, I mean, I wouldn't run very many monsters either. That's what I mean. 1 Dark Hole, 3 10 key, 2 Tensu, which is the normal summon twice, 2 Lance, 1 Storm, 1 Reborn, 3 Space Typhoon, 2 Duality. You got 2 Bottomless, 2 Evac, 1 Tensen, which is the gain 700. Everybody gains 300. 2 Mirror Force, 1 Judgment, 2 Warning, 1 Road, 2 Torrential. Super Traps, and Lance, and MSTs. Barely any monsters. Beat them up.
Everything's searchable, really quickly searchable, and then all the rest that you have is traps. And good spells. And
like the 2 really good Firefish monsters, and then 1 dragon because it's nice.
So, what a weird archetype.
It's the stun archetype. It is like, it starts and tries to blow up all your stuff, and then if you let it, it blows up all your stuff.
It punishes you for playing poorly so well.
Yeah, it's really good at it.
Oh, you summoned an Xyz monster that's going to try and stop me. Oh, it has no more effect anymore. We're done here.
Did it wrong. You did it wrong. Nope. Wait.
So those are the cool decks at YCS
Miami.
Apparently the mats were cool. I didn't bother looking at them. I'm not going to get them. But now, after Kyle looks up what he's going to look up.
I don't know. He said YCS Miami had a cool mat.
That's what I heard.
I bet it's this one. Kind of cool, I guess.
That's the Fire Fist regional mat.
That's still kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
It's the only one that appears.
It might be on the official site, I'm not sure.
2012. Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Wait, I should put in 2013. Yeah, I don't see nothing.
Oh well.
Well, that's that.
So now we move on to...
listener questions and comments?
Yes.
Here we are. Ready to comment. We're on iTunes, so we got one comment. And it's Thunder Family by Ramon Lopez. He says, "Hello there. I need some help with my Hunder deck. If you guys could explain how the deck is supposed to run, what are the cards needed, what are the combos, that would be Great.
I have no idea.
Oh, you're just gonna push it onto me.
No. So
3 of each Thunder Monster.
yeah.
You definitely, and then what's that card that adds Thunder Monsters?
Thunder Seahorse.
Thunder Seahorse, and the one that adds from the graveyard is good too.
I can't remember. Oh, that 1500 attack or lower Thunder Monster.
It's like
charge,
battery recharge,
battery charger, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that, whatever it is.
So essentially, the point of the deck is to make like infinite rank 4s for like no cost.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really slow, like really slow.
No, not really. Have you played it?
It's the Seahorse causes you to wait a turn.
Oh, I guess that's true.
It's like 2 turns and then you go off forever.
Yeah, which is really, really awesome.
It's nice.
The deck I think is one of the easiest decks to play with.
Oh yeah, it's very simple, very gadget-ish. Except it just allows you to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to wait and protect like gadgets as much.
Mm-hmm.
Just make rank 4s and just kind of do your dirty business.
Everything is super straightforward. This gives you an extra normal summon another one when that's there. They're all light level 4s.
Yeah, you run like an honest, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
You run a bunch of rank 4s.
Yes. When Constellars come out, they might have that good rank 4.
Yeah.
That's just 2 level 4 light monsters, so they'll get better.
Let's see.
When the Light of Judgment pack comes out. Is that what it's called? Judgment's Light? What is it called?
The
new light pack.
Judgment of the Light.
Oh, it's a Judgment of the Light. Okay.
There might be some random rank 4s in there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make good light rank 4s.
Okay, let's see. Constellar. Nope, can't summon it. It requires 2 Constellars. Well, there's a bunch of good rank 4s in general, but
that's true. Are you just looking for Constellars?
Looking for special ones that may be only summonable in that deck.
Could have done that so much better.
Sorry, bro.
You can summon.
Obviously, Thunderspark Dragon is
yeah.
their supposed ace monster.
Which they can summon pretty easily. Sometimes it's almost good just to summon them, so you summon that, so you put some in the
it doesn't appear that there's a special one that is out yet that they have access to. But I'm pretty sure, I know there's one Constellar one that's worth it. There's also that Photon monster that's going to come out in the tin, which it got its name changed again. I liked its old name.
Let's see. So
Radiant like Periados. I liked that better.
Zexal 10. The Photon monster. Is this the one here? Shoot.
Okay. Constellar Omega. You can summon that. It's 2 level 4 lights, 2400 attack, 500 defense. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach an Xyz material from this card. This turn, all face-up Constellar monsters you control are unaffected by spells and traps.
Oh, this one. Starliege. Palladius.
I don't like that they changed it because I thought it had Photon in its name, which matters.
Starliege, Palladius, 2 level 4 light monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 2 materials to target a face-up monster your opponent controls. That attack becomes 0, and its effects are negated. And when this card when this card on the field is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or by card effect, and sent to the graveyard, draw a card. So it does not punish you for summoning it at all.
Yeah, and it negates and makes the monster 0 attack forever.
Yep.
So it's not like till the end phase.
Murder!
So if your plans don't follow through, you can still like win over it. Those are 2 really good monsters that deck has access to. Let's see if there's any more. Some cards I've never seen before in here.
You want to just do lights?
It requires Xyz material? Oh.
Attribute. Oh, I guess you can't really do Xyz material. It might work. The heck is that?
That thing's kind of crazy. Number 69. God Medallion. Coat of Arms.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the only ones, probably. Those 2. And then, of course, generic rank cards, which are all very good. But who needs another one if you got those 2? Those 2 pretty much cover the things that generics don't do. Like, oh gosh, there's a really high attack monster.
Murdered.
They have a bunch of spells and traps, but I still need to go in. Prevented.
You Thor someone when you use Star Liege Palladius on them. You take away their powers, and then you cast them out.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
And you draw a card.
Yeah, so good.
I love drawing a card. I really wish... It says destroyed by your opponents. I want it just to be destroyed, so when I summon it, and they MST my call, I can just bring it back. But you can't do that, because it's destroyed by your card effect. Sad day. That was our comment.
Yes. So, now, for the fact that we have, 2 more episodes till the 100th episode. Yes, let us see where we are at.
Maybe I need to catch up with you. I always make the same sandwich puns.
That's why I always laugh.
I mustered up the strength to make that pun.
Okay, we're done with that now. So we have the deck fixing YouTube idea up.
Yes.
You can go to YCGPodcast.com, click on the deck fixing link up at the top. You'll be able to read all the rules to get your deck submitted so that we can look at it if it wins and fix it, or suggest ideas, or talk about it and how cool it is, and then put that on YouTube. What else? There's so much random stuff we have planned for that day. So if you guys...
We also... for the rulings thing.
The rulings thing, yep.
Yeah.
If you want to get us to 100 likes on Facebook or 100 Twitter followers, we can, at the very least, give you the YCG rulings, which is where you can submit rulings to us that you would like clarified, card mechanics clarified, just ideas for us to go over.
Yes.
So with that, we'll be using YouTube. We'll be creating basically separate videos for each kind of theme. And so you can just go to YouTube. We'll have one large compendium of information, and you'll be able to pinpoint what you need. Yeah.
As long as you guys comment with or email us with all the things you need clarified.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll just randomly do other ones that we feel are necessary.
Yep, but you guys can give us ideas for how to start that up, so that we know what you want, so we can get it out of the way. And where do we send emails if we want rulings clarified?
We send them to rulings at YCGPodcast.com.
Oh, it's so simple.
It's so simple. So easy.
A duelist could do it.
I was going to say so easy I could steal somebody's slogan. But, that too.
I'm going to do this for the listeners.
Okay. Sloganizer. Interesting.
It's quite possibly my favorite website.
Yeah?
What should I type in?
Oh. Awesome. Are we saying awesomeness?
Well, no, we should type in YCG rulings.
Yeah.
And sloganize. YCG rulings, come on. It's nice to be a star. That's what Sloganizer tells us. Let's see, what's another Sloganizer? Who knows not YCG rulings has lost the sense of reality.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know. It's so awesome.
Oh my, that was random.
It was a random slogan from Sloganizer.
Random slogan from Sloganizer.net. Also, what else? Just go to our website in general. We got forums. You can talk to people there. Post decks and have other people talk about them. Talk about anything Yu-Gi-Oh related. There's also articles being put up every day. Also, look at our YouTube channel. And now Matt's typing in dirty slogans.
It's good.
I'm sorry, now I'm completely off track.
We were talking about how you can go to the website, our YouTube, as well. You can like us on Facebook as well. You get updated on all of the articles that Kyle and I post, all of our latest podcasts, through Facebook and Twitter. So you can keep up to date on the stuff that we do.
Up to date.
You can ask me random questions, because I'm on there at random times. What?
For your health.
Oh, yep. Weird. So thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game Podcast. I believe we're done.
Yes.
I'm Matt Carter.
I believe we're done also, and I'm Kyle Oliver.
And next week, what in the world? Oh, yes. Yes, what are we going to do next week?
Did you have it ready?
I did not have it ready.
Oh, you said that like you had it prepared, and I was like, I don't know what he's going to say.
Well, I know. I would have had it ready, except I don't. So let's...
Now it's awkward.
It's not awkward at all.
It's never awkward. It's not as awkward as the P slogan.
So just if you want a good time, just go to Sloganizer, type in random things, and then see what it tells you to sloganize.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're a sloganizer.
So we did essentially the OCG and like Japanese meta talks. I mean,
yep.
I was thinking we could talk about what we think the meta will be like legitimately going into the new format.
New meta.
Yeah,
new
like what
format
to prepare
after
for
March.
at the very least. Yeah.
What we're gonna see.
Because I mean, we talk a lot about how the format is how it is, and it's just going to stay the same as it is right now. And I don't think we ever really talked about that. We kind of, talk about the random other archetypes.
Yeah.
So, do you think that's a good idea?
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we were gonna do that in the first place.
True. It's one of the many things that we could have done coming off of the OCG cast. It was one of the things we talked about, and considering the list got posted like immediately after,
we were forced into this one almost. Yeah. Like it was
good.
After say, like we can't not talk about the ban list.
Yeah.
It happened.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be like evading it. It'd be so awkward.
They're not talking about the ban list.
Do they know?
Mm-hmm.
Are they making their podcasts a month in advance? Like, no. Are we?
Mm-hmm.
We got the Konami Insider.
Do we dare? So next week will be about the current and future meta. The current and future rulers
for the entire next format.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that we obviously can't go so far in the future.
Mm-hmm. And we can essentially...
There'll be a pack we don't even know.
Yeah, the dark pack, right? Like,
I
almost.
Guess.
It'll be in Japan probably by then.
Will it be the dark pack?
It depends on when it comes out in Japan. I would only assume that in the next 6 months they'll get... 3 packs? That's actually kind of a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe not. I guess we'll talk about how good Harpies will be.
Or not good.
Who knows how good they will be.
We don't even have Lord of the Tachyon yet. They just got it. So that should affect them soon. And we'll talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for reals,
we'll be seeing you guys next week.
Yep.
Thanks for listening. Bye.